Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Farmer Michelle. How are you?
Happy Friday, Volcron. Good.
Oh, oh my God. Thank you, Mystery Paul Gnome. Well, welcome everybody. We this is our weekly town hall. We've been doing it for about a year and a half, and this is for January 26th, 2024. If you are on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe and turn on notifications. We get questions like, hey, how do I know when you're going live? That's one of the ways you can know. And we are available for text chat. If you prefer text or don't do hearing, then we are in Discord. So check out our CGW discussion channel on the Gala Discord. Good morning. Let's see who we got today. We got, of course, Dub and NLO, maybe some gym guild members. Let's see. Edie
Some
Lugs,
TSM in
O-Town.
there.
Oh, TSM.
Some BTB.
Dubstep
All the guilds.
Rod. Nice. Look at all these animated images. We got one Todd Gent. How's it going? Todd Gent. And Ed's Dream. Oh, BTB. Nice. Yeah, we had a fair amount of head of the time questions this week, which we'll get to near the end of the show here. And yeah, so I guess let's make sure that you share this video with your friends and get them interested in the game. And if you have a strategy you think is awesome, share that with your friends or whatever. And if they think they can do better, challenge them. So let's see. Where are these? So we do these weekly questions near the end or before the sales, but where do those questions come from, Michelle?
They come right from the forum. I share it. I try to share it every Wednesday in the announcement channel here in the Discord. I'll put it in the chat again right here in case anyone has any last minute questions. I'll try to check it when we get closer to the end of the town hall. We get to the AMA portion. But you can always throw questions in there all week. You can find it in the announcement channel if you search or scroll up a couple. It's usually not too deep in the announcements. But yeah, throw a question in there at any point, and when we do our prep meeting for this town hall, we gather the entire list of questions and discuss all the answers together so we can get good answers for everybody.
Nice. Yeah, it's always good. It's always a mix of like feature requests and questions about some of the tech, and of course, there's a bug report every now and then. But overall, I think the last few weeks' sentiment has been really nice. It's been really interesting to hear people's ideas. So yeah, definitely fill that out. Farmer Michelle just linked it in Discord, right above Krabs's animated image there. And let's go straight into headlines. Straight-ish. What do you say, Michelle?
Let's do it. I think our first headline is still just the light paper, which I think has made it through Bitbender's hands now and is officially just in legal's hands. So all we need is legal approval, and then we will have a copy to share with everybody. I did get a copy sent to me. I haven't read it yet. I just got it the other day, but it is there and it is pretty close now. So hopefully very, very soon you all will have a copy of that as well. And I know that you're going to be very excited to see it when it does come out.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of work goes into that, right? So,
yes.
about social media update, we normally have Ninja Surprise doing that. Do you have any info about Zeely or anything like that to share, Michelle, or are we going to just paste that in later?
I don't think he had any big updates. I don't know if there's anything about any new quests or anything out there. You all are probably more in touch with the Zeely stuff than I am. So if there's anything new, make sure you let your friends know in the Discord so they can go check out Zeely and grab all those new quests. I know we send out rewards monthly for top quest people, so it's a good way to get some extra NFT rewards.
Nice. And any warnings out there for our players or maybe new players, people new to crypto?
Yeah, always the same. Just be careful of the scammers out there. I know they're out there. There's people pretending to be mods, people pretending to be Gala Games staff. If they're sending you a direct message in Discord, they are definitely not official staff. Always double verify in Discord. If someone's name says Farmer Michelle and they've sent you a message, you can tag me in the public chat and I will let you know that it's not me because I don't send
Mhm.
direct messages out to people.
Thank you for
Definitely
that.
never give out your seed phrase. Don't click on any links that anyone sends you in any direct messages. Be careful of Google links also. If you're just Googling Gala Games, make sure that you're on the official website.
I would even say if you get a DM from one of us and it's a link and you don't understand why you're getting that link, don't click on that.
Do
It
not.
should yeah. Um, so yeah, okay. Thank you for that. Yeah, always got to be vigilant, right? And it's not just crypto;
Mhm.
it's any online behavior. So
Yep.
game updates. Let's
Let's
do
do it.
features. Yeah, guilds is a big one. We got that for this quarter coming out. And anybody who's seen our roadmap or what we've talked about before this year, the three big things are guilds, followed by earnings, which people have been saying win earnings, followed by earnings at the end of Q2, and then after that, upgradable NFTs. That's our big stuff for this year. There'll probably be, of course, other things, but talking about guilds this week, yeah, we were adding some badges. You know, your guild is going to you're gonna be able to customize it. Like, here's my acronym or initialism, TSM, NLO, etc. There's that, but you're also going to have a prepackaged image. We don't want to let people upload their own images just yet because other players can see those and internet. So got the badges in there, got the guild invites modal. There's different behaviors. So like if you're super popular and you have two or more invites, you're going to see a different flow than somebody who just has one. And of course, the permissions, we had to iron out a little bit about what roles in the guild can do different things. So if you're the owner, if you own a Townstar NFT, we still call those NFTs Townstar, by the way. If you own a Townstar NFT, that makes you eligible to be an owner. If you're an owner, you can do anything to the guild. Get rid of it, invite people, whatever. Then you have officers, and then you have members. So laying out those permissions a bit, and of course the invites and the UI and the back end, all that good stuff. So that's coming along nicely. Did a little bit of back end investigation into our systems for earnings, as many of the players know. On Play Canvas, we had a nightly earnings thing, and you had to log into the game. Of course, you had to be playing it and click, all right, I've completed my challenge and all that. So we were just reviewing like the current state of things. So that's good. And um, for as far as features for validations and data work, we built an internal tool. It's going live, or the data for it actually went live last Friday, but it's continuing to go live. It's been a bit of a test week for it. Why does this matter to a town hall? Well, you'll probably notice that a lot of the bugs are things like, hey, this unit doesn't deliver, this commodity to this building, or this craft requires blah and it's not supposed to. So those are all data bugs. They're not programming bugs. And a tool that we've built has a better way for the game designers to look at that data. So it grew out of a need, and it's looking pretty promising. So we'll see how that goes. We should see fewer data bugs once this goes live. Everybody happy. Um, let's see. Quote from Lazy Lumberjack: "Jokes on the win earnings people. They are not here to hear about the earnings." I think I know what you're saying. Martin. Salma says, "What happened with Musashi? Is he not on the team anymore?" What you think? Farmer Michelle and I can't carry. Like, we need Musashi. Salma.
We're not good enough for you, just the two
No,
of
no,
us.
he's he's still here. No, he's helping out on other projects internally. But yeah, he's definitely still here. I mean,
Yeah.
see him in meetings every day. So
Yep.
yep, still very involved in the game. He's still my boss. So yeah, so let's see what else. Oh, and validating. There's for anybody who doesn't know, like, the internals, right? We're a game team, so we make the game, and as part of that, we consume data from other resources at Gala, like the NFT definitions. And because we're all humans, sometimes people make mistakes. So this week we've added a little more validating at the NFT layer, at the definition of it, right? When we're defining new ones. And that'll help with a couple of things for new NFTs as they come out. And let's see. Live question. Dubstep. How's Mark doing? Oh, I was chatting with him yesterday. He's good. Yeah. I mean, he has a larger scope now, right? So he's over all kinds of stuff here at Gala. But yeah, he meets with Musashi often. So yeah, he's still involved. Still loves our game. Um, I don't want to say we're his favorite team, but since he's not here to argue or to to say to defend the other teams, I'm just going to say we're the best team in the world. Anyway, so fixes. I've got 6 here. Craft time increased instead of decreased when the Miranda skins are applied. That was not intentional. That's been fixed. And the big one is our network manager that I mentioned every week for like 6 or more weeks now.
Yeah.
This is going live. It's made it through QA. This is a serious thing, like serious piece of tech. So we added a switch. So if something wacky happens in live that we didn't catch over the past 6 weeks of testing, we'll be able to turn it off. And that is just our safety switch. But we have confidence that it's going to go well. And you might be wondering, what the heck is that? Well, Godot ships with some limitations on networking. That's all it means. So please fix this name, Volcron. 7 brewing hot cocoa, 10 milk.
Is that in
Okay.
the production monitor? I don't know where it is. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, interesting. We're doing more Z fighting fixes. Occasionally, artists will create a building or a unit that's a couple pixels too low, and adding road requirements to the barista, one of the NFTs, I want to say. And there were some hasty barista blueprints that were linked to the wrong rarity. Sorry about that. Quick fix. And the other big functional fix you guys might be interested in is toward fast forward. People have a couple questions about that every week. This one was, let's say the competition ends at 10 a.m. your time, and you start your fast forward at 9:58 a.m. You're going to get credit all the way for all the time you were offline, plus those 2 minutes. And there were a couple cases where people were able to get a little more time in fast forward than they deserved, or than was fair to other players. So that's been fixed. And I think that's it for fixes and features. Let me see. What is the first Q&A, the prepackaged Q&A, the ones that came in on the forum, Michelle?
Let's see here. It says, that's such a long question. Why is there such a difference between casual and comp server? On casual server, my lumber yard was always full of lumber. It would get some wood on login because all workers start from their houses at the same time, but would get filled with lumber relatively fast. So ATVs would work on feed cows, but on competition server, the same layout. My lumber yard would always have some wood in it, distracting ATVs and lowering my milk rate. I had to remove one of my loggers and get rid of the extra wood. The difference in milk rate without changing anything was more than 40 per hour. Thank you for the very detailed question.
Yes.
It is the same data set. Here, did you want to take the answer to that one?
No, go for it. Go for it.
It is the same data, so both the servers should run the same. But because there's so many variables in each game, even just depending on like when you open it and when you close it and where everybody is at each time, anything could happen. Where like if you were to get 1 wood in your lumber yard at some point in time when you were building a building, or you just ended up with 1 extra on the casual server versus on the competition server, that could throw the whole balance off if you don't flush it if you don't want it. And it that 1 wood in your lumber yard will slow the ATVs down because then they'll go try to grab it, and that'll end up resulting in more wood gathering up inside your lumber yard just because that 1 was already there. So even though it's the exact same data set, the game's not going to run exactly the same because there's too many variables, unless you're like using a bot to build it at the exact same rate and making sure that you refresh it and close it at the exact same second timestamps in both of them. It's not going to be the same. There's just too many variables in the gameplay. It could
Mhm.
be something as simple as you upgraded a road 15 minutes later in one server versus on the other server, and that could make a total difference in things getting stored in storages at certain times, and then
Mhm.
cause variables between the two different servers.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, thanks for that detailed answer. Next question is a feature request. Um, this is kind of more of a strategy. Let me know what you think about this one, Michelle. Can we assign main tasks to workers? For example, farm tractor or farmhouse A to a salt field first and cornfield second, and then sugarcane first on a different farmer. So setting priority per building. What do you think about that?
I think for a competitive player, that's a cool idea. I think it's a little too much for the casual game. I don't think people need all that much control for like a casual farming game, but I know that we got a lot of competitive players who would love to micromanage their towns down to the tiniest little details and would love that kind of a feature. I think we had previously talked about having like a tech tree type of thing, if you will, for like upgrading NFTs. If we were to release like a basic level farmer NFT at level 1 and you could upgrade it and customize it so that it would specialize in salt or something, I think that
Mm,
would be a super cool way to do it. We're just now getting into upgradable NFTs and all of the possibilities that exist there. So I wouldn't rule anything like that out, but I also wouldn't promise that either. I just think it's a super cool idea personally.
hmm. Yeah, that would be really neat to give them specializations like in a talent tree or something like you see in some RPGs. Hmm. Okay. Next question. Oh, when is the next guild competition? That is after the guild feature goes live. So there we go. We did it before, kind of like as a fun thing, just like everybody compete, and then we made those cool in-game trophies. Um, I think that's awesome. Let's see. Next one is a bug. Oh yeah. Okay. So would you delegate somebody to tackling the infamous paved road bug? To anybody who's listening who might know this, the the short of it is if you are upgrading a road from dirt to paved, and there's a proximity effect touching that road, like your noir hero or anything. When you remove that, let's say the NFT, then your paved road no longer has requirements. It's a bug, right? The data gets borked. So yeah, I reproduced that personally last night, and so one of our QA peoples, and so we're looking into it. Should be a pretty easy fix. Let's see. Next question's for you, Farmer Michelle. This is instead of removing vanilla meta, could we just bring the voted meta to be on par with the stacked boxes for that week? This way, everyone could do any meta instead of being forced to do just one.
Let me try to digest this question here. So, what you're asking for is there to not be vanilla metas anymore, which I do believe we said we're going to go away from. We're probably going to have votes and people will vote what to do for the metas. There'll probably just be a few options each week so that we can get the prep work done in advance because we tend to plan pretty far ahead. But I don't believe that the plan is to do just standard like anything goes anymore. So that should be gone. I don't know that we would ever just put the voted meta up to being even with stack boxes. That's just the amount of variables, I guess, again, are just so great to try to make something equal and on par, like two crafts, because there's just such a big variety of ranges that people can get between owning NFTs and not owning NFTs, and different setups and experience level. The end results and rates are just the gap from top to bottom is very big. So it's basically impossible to make them on par with each other. There's really no way to do that.
Hmm.
We can work on getting as close as we can, but it's never going to be perfect. There's no way to do that.
Hmm. Okay, makes sense. What do you think about ice cups, Farmer Michelle?
I saw this question and I am honestly curious what is an ice cup because I don't often drink out of cups that are made of ice. I don't know what else an ice cup would be.
Yeah, maybe it's like that hotel where like the bed and the walls and everything are made out of ice.
Oh yeah, I've seen those. Those are
That
cool. I've
would be
never seen
neat.
one in person, but they are cool. I don't know why we would
uh,
have an ice cup.
yeah, maybe for the next question, which was when Chardonnay in ice bottles.
It's another
Hmm.
strange one. I'm not sure what an ice bottle is. I feel like that would water down your wine a bit, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Boy, we got a lot of questions about that. And today I learned that there are such things as clay wine bottles because somebody was asking about that. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, we don't have the wins on that stuff, guys. So we tell you kind of in each week what's coming up next, right? We don't necessarily want to share, months ahead the NFTs, do we?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna jump down to, is there gonna be, this one's for another one for you, Michelle. Is there gonna be any other earning options other than NFT earnings or via competitions?
I don't believe so. I mean, there's always Zeely. That's another way to earn. Um, I know sometimes we do
Hmm.
other random events and things like we did for May Mayhem, where it wasn't specifically NFT earning and it wasn't like competition rank. Oh, it was kind of competition rank based, but those are other ways to earn when we do those events. They don't happen all the
Hmm.
time, but for now, it'll just be NFT earning with earning NFTs via completing the daily challenges and competition based earnings for
Hmm.
ranking at a certain level.
Makes sense. And if you guys have ideas on, oh, I would like, I have this fair idea on how earnings could happen. I mean, submit it in the form.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. Somebody said, please, please, please give us solid update on earnings. Well, over a year since earnings were halted. Um, yeah, Michelle has the roadmap pinned, and it's been there for a while. So they're slated for Q2 of this year.
Yes, they are. We pinned that on December 8th, so it's been there. You just have to look for it to find it or ask, and someone could tell you.
Let's see. Oh, here was a feature request. Um, basically, it's a long question, but basically, people are asking for, we get a tech tree for crafting. So, like, if I want to make gasoline, what all other crafts feed into that? I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
That
I
would
would
help new
love to
users
see
as
that
well.
kind of stuff in the game. We
Yeah, and I
definitely need
could,
to work on getting more of that type of information because there are new players coming in now. I have seen new people in the Discord, so welcome anybody who's new, who's not been to our town hall before. It's nice to have you here. Welcome to the community. There are some good community resources out there. The Dubsteps playbook is a great resource for anybody who is looking for information about the game. He spent a ton of time putting that together, I'm sure, and it is an absolutely fantastic community made resource. There's a couple of other ones that are in the FAQ channel right here in the Discord. I think it's one channel above the discussion channel if you're looking at Discord currently. There's some other resources and stuff in there. I think Tofu had made a guide that had some nice tech trees in it. That does come in handy as well. We've also got the Discord bot commands. If you're right inside Discord and you're looking for how to craft a good, it's just an exclamation mark, the letters TS, and then whatever the good's name is. Like if it's cocoa, just exclamation mark TS cocoa, and it'll print you out with a bot command result of what the ingredients are for it, where it's stored, and what it's made by, if it's made in a crafting building.
hmm,
But definitely inside the game, we need some more information so that people don't have to leave the game.
absolutely. Yeah. Silky has a question. What is this? Is that another social media sign up? I'm not sure what you're referring to, Silky. So let us know. And in response to this tech tree, there was a comment about, hey, check out the Civ games from Jetty. Yeah, I love Civ. I think last one I played that was Call to Power. But yeah, I'll check out their tech tree. I'm on their wiki right now. So good idea. Let's jump down. Okay, they asked about how can we watch the Common Ground World film? Well, let me link you straight to it. It's in Discord. It's commongroundfilm.org. Pretty easy. And that's it for the prepackaged. The submitted up until last night questions. You want to take some live Q&A here off of
Yeah,
Discord?
we'll see if anyone's got any questions. No free lunch. You're doing a question mark instead of an exclamation mark. I'm not sure what you're trying to do. There is no ice mocha, but that doesn't mean that there won't be ice mocha at some point. We do have ice blocks, and we now have coffee. I don't think the mocha one's there yet, Volkron. I see you trying.
Yeah, I'm trying to help them out there. Our little bot. Cool. Okay, so we got tech tree questions. Let me scroll up a little bit here. People, one person says, I miss jewelry. The next says, no, I don't miss jewelry. Any updates on auto fast forwarding towns? Yeah, Jetty. That's part of our, so actually, since I'm the nerd, I'll give you the nerd answer. We don't, like, some people think, oh, you're just running the server, 24/7, and my town is running the whole time I'm not online. That's not true. That would be very expensive. That's why we fast forward, because what if somebody never comes back to their town, right? So the short answer is that requires a backend change, not a big one, but it kind of rides on a bunch of infrastructure that we're still putting through the proof of concept. So that is a work in progress. If I do an indie movie named Townstar, will you partner with me? I'll ask.
I would love to see a movie named Townstar if you're going to make a movie.
Oh my gosh. I got Napoleon Dynamite vibes out of what that might be. Oh man. When Blue Steel again?
I do enjoy making blue steel. That was one of my favorite things to make back when we were always playing as guilds. I enjoyed blue steel. Maybe I'll see if I can get us a blue steel meta sometime soon. We'll get it as one of the first options when we start voting. I see Lexel has a question about if we addressed the double payout already. The answer to that is no. I did ask the team yesterday what they were going to do about it, and no decision has been made yet. So I will try to get an answer later today and let you all know. We certainly can't take them back out of your wallet. I don't know if the plan is to just, let it go and proceed on as normal, or if we're going to try to keep track and remove them from future rewards like we did during May Mayhem when those double rewards went out. But as soon as I find out what the team is going to do and it gets approved by legal, then I'll let you guys know. Everything takes a little bit of extra time these days with legal.
Yep. Let's see, other questions about metas.
I see somebody asking about ice wine. I don't ever put ice inside my wine. I know wine is usually chilled, white wine, but I don't ever put ice inside my wine. I don't know. I don't know about ice wine.
Crab is asking, when do we get to choose between different biomes? You're right. That wouldn't be necessarily very hard. We want to get our whole data process down. We want to make sure that we're not releasing data bugs anymore, that our biomes are in a good way that we can. I don't want to give away our backend or whatever, but no system is perfect and everything needs fixed up as it goes. And we just got to do a little in-house cleaning before we can do that. And there's the possibility that it might tie into ownership a little bit as well. Like if you own, certain NFTs, that might grant you access to different biomes that other NFTs wouldn't. So a bit of a non-answer there, I admit, but that's how it is. So yeah, it sounds like it's not a big feature, but there's a lot kind of riding on it first. Chill Chardonnay keeps coming up, man. Ice wine.
Ice wine is the same as regular wine, just made from frozen grapes. So it's really just wine.
Yeah.
It's expensive wine because the grapes got frozen for a second first. It sounds like a mistake that someone made at some point in time and then just decided to make it specialty and charge extra money for it.
It's a dessert wine. Land NFTs. Dubstep, were you on the AMA like a year ago where I showed the little L-shaped town? That was kind of part of it. We're talking about, okay, everybody gets a town of a certain size, a square, right? And we may eventually sell plots of land that extend your town. That's kind of a nice feature. We'll see.
Got any other live questions out there, guys?
Yeah. Got some animated images.
Everybody loves a good GIF. All right, let's move on then here. What do we have? The next competition, I already shared it on Leaky Wednesday, is the mocha coffee. The ingredients for mocha coffee are... I always lose it and have to scroll up and find it. Let's see here.
Wow, everybody's going crazy for ice wine. Guys, what?
I know there was a lot of... we got a lot of like question and feature requests in the forum this week about wine, saying that there's not a lot of wine metas. I mean, wine isn't a lot of our metas. It's in the stack boxes. It's in one of the parcels, right? It's in sangria. There's the 3 different wines already. It's one of the larger content lines versus other content lines that we do have. There's already a lot. It's also one of the higher tier ones. I mean, it's in the highest tier that you possibly have, sangria. So it's up there in the boxes.
Why is hot chocolate called hot cocoa? I thought that was synonymous. I've seen packages for both, right?
Yeah, I think when you buy it at the grocery store, it's just called hot cocoa.
I
mean, chocolate is made from cocoa, so it's just called hot cocoa. I mean, I don't know all the science behind it. I'm not a hot chocolate connoisseur. I do like some hot chocolate here and there in the winter.
Are we getting the node NFTs this month? And will the guild function be immediately available? Hey, Nacho, I think the plan from the team that's converting nodes over to NFTs, I think the plan is to have it out. Yeah, they said by this month. As far as I see, it's in progress, but I'm not that team, so I can't make any promises. And the guild function, though, that will not be immediately available. That'll be by the end of the quarter, so end of March.
Yeah, last I heard they were still on track with nodes as NFTs. I'll try to get us an update for that soon, but it should still be on track. So any day now, I imagine. All right. There's the details for the mocha coffee. Just threw it in the chat.
Thank you. Oh, interesting. Cocoa is milk, sugar, powdered cocoa. Hot chocolate is chocolate. Yeah, okay. All right, Lumberjack. Okay, let's see. Up next. What's stopping 16,000? Let's see. Here we go. What's stopping 16,000 node owners that aren't interested in playing from liquidating the Commodore World currency? Well, that's not, I mean, that's an economics question, human behavior. I can't really answer that one, man. I wish I could, but I'm not really able to speculate on what people are going to do with nodes or currencies or any of that. That's
Yep.
something I actually take a pass on. So,
Yep, we're here to talk about the game, not speculate.
yeah, fair question, but not for this team. Competition. What is coming up next?
Yeah, so I just posted what the mocha coffee ingredients are in the chat. Someone asked what the craft time was. The craft time is 200 seconds. So it'll be 200 seconds for mocha coffee. It's made in the cafe. Cash boosts this week are wool. If you saw from the piece of the starter town that I posted on Leaky Wednesday, there are some sheep already there for you. So you got some sheep to start out with. So it'll be wool rush if you want a wool rush. You don't have to wool rush, but they're there if you want to use them. The biome is Plains East. Got the north and the east edge are both plains, and then the west and the south are both rivers. So you've got two rivers right in the corner. No mountain this week, so you'll have to use shallow mines if you need to for your chromium. And there's no salt either. So for your marshmallows, you will have slow salt timers unless you've got salt NFTs. So be prepared to have extra salt. Trade time is 20 seconds. 1 gasoline still, though I do think we're about due for a 2 gas meta, so brace yourselves. I think that's all that I've got for the next competition. I'll get the post out with the full town layout and all of that and all the information shortly after this town hall ends.
Nice. All right. And do we have any news about upcoming sales?
Yes, the NFT for sale this week is the Barista Palace. That is a legendary NFT. There are 250 supply. They're going to be on the store at 2 p.m. Eastern today, so 11 a.m. Pacific. So that's just a couple short hours from now. 250 supply in the store. It's $400. The utility for that is that it adds an extra barista to every cafe. So all of your cafes will go from having 1 barista to 2 baristas. That doesn't stack at all, so you can't get multiple of them and have 4 baristas. 2 is the most baristas you can have. It will also boost the cafe craft speed by 20%, and that'll be globally, not just local. So you can toss your Barista Palace in the corner of your town if you want. It does not require a road. Nope, it does require a road. You can toss it in a corner somewhere, and all of your cafes across your whole town will have a 20% craft speed boost and extra baristas.
Well, that's pretty sweet.
Yes. Yes, it is. It doesn't cast any shade or anything, so you can put it wherever you want. It's not going to interfere with any of the crops that you're growing. I see a question that says, will we get the blueprint for the next competition? And I would hope so. We've been doing a pretty good job at getting them out on time. I mean, the actual distribution doesn't rely on us. We just, we set it up, and there's a separate team that sends them out. So, we can't make any promises on them coming out on a certain day because it's out of our hands a bit. But we do our best to make sure that it's ready so that team can send them out in time before the event starts.
Sounds good.
Do we have any other questions out there?
Win budget NFT. Aluya, yeah, we're talking about a starter pack. Riant, who was in here last week and the week before, was saying that he thinks it would be nice to have a starter pack for players, something that it wouldn't make sense to buy multiple copies of. Things that don't stack. So that would be kind of a nice starter pack to have. Alrighty.
You don't see any other questions. We'll give it another couple minutes. If no one's got any other questions, we'll pop right off.
20% off this weekend. I don't think so.
I haven't heard anything about that either. It might be if it's like a whole Gala Games initiative, then I may have missed it. I tend to get pretty consumed with Common Ground World, and sometimes I miss the bigger Gala Games things that are going on because of that.
Moise M. More questions about clay wine bottles, chilled Chardonnay, frozen drapes. Yeah, I think we were kind of clear on that earlier, right? Like we don't want to tell you about upcoming metas too far in advance, so. And question from Lexel, did you see Ty's, I assume you mean Ty Machine's production monitoring? No, it did not. No, please share. All right. Well, I think that's about it for the live questions.
Yeah, it seems to be slowing down. All right, well, let's head back to work then. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this. Share it with your friends.
Absolutely. Thanks for being here, Farmer Michelle. Thanks, everybody, for listening. And we're out.